Hello guys, Rada here. Welcome to research report number 10 already. I love doing these videos. This time we're gonna do it on ASTAR network. We're gonna research it. As always, we're gonna do also some technical analysis on it. So let's dive in. As always, read the disclaimer. Keep yourself safe before you move on with the video. So a short introduction to ASTAR. ASTAR is a multi-chain smart contract platform that allows developers to build decentralized applications or DApps across multiple blockchain ecosystems. It supports both EVM and WASM smart contracts, which gives developers the flexibility to choose the best tool for their DApps and ensures interoperability with other networks. So one of ASTAR's goals is to allow developers to focus on building their DApps without worrying too much about infrastructure scalability. This makes it easier for developers to create powerful applications. As we know, ASTAR Network is a Polkadot type of project. It is built originally on Polkadot, but since I think since a year ago, they also moved away a little bit from Polkadot and they moved also to Polygon. You can see here on the picture, their multi-chain compatibility, right? You can see here GRT, uh, KUCOIN Network, right? The DEX of Polygon. So how does ASTAR actually work? ASTAR has a build-to-earn model, what makes the platform so unique. Developers are not only encouraged to build DApps, but are also rewarded through a staking mechanism, meaning they earn as their application gain users and traction. Uh, Also, ASTAR leverages cross-consensus messaging (XCM), a key feature that allows the apps on ASTAR to interact with other blockchains, make it truly interoperable. The scalable infrastructure is another important aspect of ASTAR. It ensures that as the apps grow in size and users, the platform can handle that growth without running into performance issues. So that's in a short summary what ASTAR actually do. So let's move on to the links. You can find ASTAR on their website called astar.network, or of course visit their Twitter. They've been around for a while. You can see they joined in 2019. They also have a new update going on. This blockchain called Sonium. Basically, what it's going to do, ASTAR is going to work with Sony. Sony is going to make their own layer 2, and they're going to use ASTAR's infrastructure to implement it. So that's something that's incoming, and that's why you can see incubation program. So they're trying to get developers into this new layer 2 that's made by Sony and using ASTAR's infrastructure. Here you can see a short preview of their website. You can see, right, it's pretty nice to read. Everything is there, funding, their applications, their backers, right? So if you want more info, always visit their website. Uh, Narrative, ASTAR, of course, we know it as a Polkadot parachain. If you people are here from 2020 2021, the phrase parachain was very known. They were one of the first that won a slot. Also, they're known of their cross-chain compatibility. You can see it on the screenshot right here, right? Their newest release is their ASTAR ZK EVM. So basically, people or developers that are building on ASTAR, they can move their application or make it multi-chain compatible over to Polygon. Also, with their partnership with Sony, they are also moving away a little bit from this Polkadot narrative, and they want to become true layer 2 to help, to be a competition for these other layer 2s, and they're gonna try to make Ethereum more scalable, right? So yeah, that's really if you're gonna get ASTAR, these are the couple narratives that you're gonna get. Uh, so tokenomics, as I said before, ASTAR has been around for a while. That means almost all of their supply is released on the market. As you can see on the picture, 87.5% of the total supply is already released on the market. They have a couple unlocks. For example, this 26 million tokens, but it's not really significant, 0.3% of the total supply, but most of the tokens are released. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so here you can see their early supporters. Already, these tokens are already vested. We have the parachain auctions. These tokens are already gone. These are the most important tokens, right? These are from the investors, and they have a monthly unlock, but it's over 3 years, so it's a really slow fasting periods. They also have some untracked tokens, which I couldn't really find what their fasting is like, but because 87% of the tokens are already released, I think these coins are already unlocked, and these are the only one left being fasted. But you had some tokens, for example, marketing, protocol development, right, to improve ASTAR's network infrastructure, foundation for potential airdrops. They had some reserves from the parachains, and of course their governance tokens. So pretty nice tokenomics. Everything is released. This will reduce some sell pressure. Of course, if Bitcoin and Ethereum have a huge drop, that's gonna have effect on ASTAR. But yeah, I mean, so far so good with the fasting. Also, their investors, right? In 2022, they raised $22 million. Some significant VCs were Polychain Capital, Crypto.com, Alchemy, GSR. These are pretty big VCs, as we know. Also, Fenbushi Capital, they raised some money from them. Binance is invested as well, and they had a strategic round of $10 million, which I don't know really the names of these VCs, but as you can see, there's some pretty big names behind them, and also a name that's missing is Sony, which they are partnered with. Exchanges. So if you're interested in getting ASTAR, you can get ASTAR on Binance. You can also get ASTAR on Crypto.com. You can get it on KuCoin, or you can get it on OKX. Unfortunately, it's not available yet on Coinbase, but it's available on Crypto.com if you're a US customer. Market cap and revenue. The current market cap of ASTAR while making this video was 500 million, so it's not a low cap at all. It's a pretty strong mid cap, so that means it's very liquid. Their all-time high market cap for this cycle right now was 1 billion. Since then, it halved because of the dip of altcoins back in March. I couldn't find their revenue. The only thing what I could find was how they're making revenue. Well, they're making revenue through transaction fees. Also, their staking platform is generating revenue, and the sequencer revenue. The sequencer revenue has something to do with the new Sony partnership, where they're gonna make their layer 2. They're hoping that developers are gonna use that platform. Apps will get built there, and then that will generate fees. But that's you know it's different from the other projects that I researched. I want to see a project to have the revenue, but for ASTAR, unfortunately, I didn't see any proof that they're making revenue. The only thing, like I said before, I only saw how they're gonna make revenue, but they're not realizing any revenue for now. At least I couldn't find that. Conclusion: ASTAR offers multi-chain flexibility. So ASTAR offers developers the flexibility to choose between EVM and WASM smart contracts, ensuring compatibility with multiple blockchain ecosystems. So that means if you build on ASTAR, you're not limited only to ASTAR. You can always choose to choose one of the blockchains that ASTAR is connected with. So in that way, you can get more users over to your platform. Um, Developer incentives. The build to earn model that ASTAR has provides ongoing incentives for developers, rewarding them not just for creating DFs but also as their project grow within the ecosystem. I think this is great. I didn't see many blockchains doing this, but as a developer, even if you build and you get users, it's nice that ASTAR has some reserves for that, like as a grant, and they reward these developers for making strong DApps. Also, they have a very strong developer community. So ASTAR is supported by a strong and growing developer community. This active network of developers drives innovation on the platform and plays a crucial role in the adoption and success of the ASTAR ecosystem. So for now, I want to thank you guys. This was the FA part. Now let's move over to the TA part. See you guys. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the TA part of ASTAR Network. We're gonna look at the chart and see, some where we can place a potential entry or a potential long, or where the best spots are for adding this to maybe to your port, or as a swing trade. First, what I like to do is to look at the past price performance, where we can see some key levels. As we all know, ASR Network started in 2022. I think even 21, but this chart was a little bit later. It peaked back in 2022, did like a 2x or 2.5x. Of course, the bear market hit. Since then, it has been in a very long-term accumulation period, Then what I remember from this coin, it had a partnership with Microsoft and Sony, which it made it surge almost 200%. Came back down. It never, what I do like of ASTAR, it never broke these lows, right? As you can see here, that's where demand came in. It had another bounce, right? Came back down again, made a higher low, and then of course, like we all know, back in October we had a huge surge of alts, and then it did like a 4x, and then since then yeah, it just started this downtrend back in February, right? You peaked right there. I think you went to, so yeah, you went to resistance around this wick here and this wick here. That's where you peaked. You made a lower high right there in February, and since then you started this downtrend that you're in. Um, you made your low in August for now, right? It never went back to those old lows. Demand came in at this midline right there. Um, it had a couple bounces, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's still a lower high, right? Still a lower high. There's no higher high. So if you're bullish long term on ASTAR, you want this to break these two local highs for it to break its official downtrend, and of course to get above that daily 200, right? Because as you can see here, every single time when ASTAR gets above that daily 200, you have huge moves up, right? Huge moves up. Every single time you break above the daily 200, that's where you start to move really well. So this is also a level where profits can be taken, because you can see right there you got rejected from the daily 200, and then you got a huge swing down, right? Um, so a potential entry, I would say like right now is a potential good entry. This is a potential higher low, right? You bounced, made a higher low at 5.7 cents, surged up again, potential higher low, right? So as long as you don't break 5.8 cents, this short-term uptrend is still active. And you can see here, let's say you enter here, you can place a stop loss underneath this midline of 5%. You can risk also 10% if you want to, but I would just put the stop loss under this wick, right? At under like 6.1 centish. I think it's worth a try. And then take profit levels would be around 7.1 cents. The second midline at 7.6 cents. This daily 200 area, right, at 8.1, between 8.1 and 8.7 cents would be a good area to take some profits, right? You can see the inflection points that you have right there. These wicks right there, this support. So that's definitely an inflection point right there where profits can be taken. And if things really get bullish and price gets above the daily 200, then you can aim for 9.4 to 10 cents. If I put on my daily 10 and daily 21, you can see this right now. Unfortunately, it is pointing downwards. So what I want to see on ASTAR is, of course, to bounce from this higher low structure and get above that daily 10 and daily 21, and have that recross to the upside, and then get above that daily 200. Yeah, so that's really what I see on ASTAR at the moment. I give you guys a potential entry. Let's say it does break underneath 6.1 cents and Bitcoin does have that, more of a heavier drop, then I would look for 5.1 cents, right? This can be a wick like it did here, right? It wicked all the way down, and then you can pick some up. But like 5.8 cents, 5.1 cents, those are two levels that I think that will hold, especially 5.1 cents. That's been a nice level since August, right? It's been holding there. In the past, you can see some bounces, right? So yeah, I think that's a good level. If I remove all DMAs, you can see a little bit more clear. Not, I mean, that level doesn't always hold, right? But this was, of course, in a very different type of market. But you can see bounces there, bounces there. So it's 5.1 cents, a very strong level. But I would say right now is a very strong entry, right? Where you can set a very safe stop loss under 6.1 cents. So that's really the TA that I got for ASTAR. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.